We're in a situation where right now we have not only the strongest military in the world, we have led not by the example of our power, but by the power of our example.
The U.S. Air Force just launched a new nuclear bomber, and Iran is panicking. This state-of-the-art aircraft has everyone, from military strategists to average citizens, sitting on the edge of their seats. This bomber is a game changer, and the world is desperate to find out what firepower it truly holds. So what exactly is it, and how is Iran reacting to it? And more importantly, why should you care? What's happening? The US military has just unveiled a groundbreaking new bomber that sends shockwaves through the geopolitical landscape. The revolutionary X-44 Manta. This cutting-edge aircraft promises to redefine the very nature of aerial warfare, as its unprecedented capabilities have the potential to shift the balance of power in ways we can scarcely imagine. As tensions with Iran continue to escalate, the stakes have never been higher. The introduction of the X-44 Manta could be a game-changing moment, one that alters the dynamics of this volatile situation. But beyond the immediate military implications, there's a deeper, more intriguing story unfolding here, one that demands our careful attention. You see, this announcement is not just about a new piece of military hardware. It's about the future of warfare, the nature of power, and the unseen forces that are shaping the world around us. The X-44 Manta is more than just an advanced bomber. It's a symbol of the rapid technological transformation that is redefining the very essence of conflict and combat. So what exactly has got Iran on the edge? Let me break it down for you. But before we dive into that, make sure you've hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. The dawn of invisibility, this innovative technological marvel, stands to redefine aviation, granting aircraft remarkable near-total invisibility against both radar detection and the naked eye. Can you visualize flying stealthily through hostile territories, rendering your presence virtually unnoticeable? That's the kind of transformation parallax coating brings to the table. This extraordinary coating ingeniously manipulates both light and radar waves around the aircraft, creating a formidable cloak of invisibility, making it exceptionally hard to detect. Think of it not just as a camouflage, but as a sophisticated tool that enhances situational awareness. By utilizing advanced sensors, the aircraft can capture detailed images of its landscape from above, transmitting this crucial information downward. The result is an awesome illusion of total disappearance. Enemies have an incredibly difficult time spotting or tracking the X-44 Manta as it sweeps through the skies on its missions. Let's dive a bit deeper into the technical specifications, because it's not just impressive, it's groundbreaking. Parallax coating employs advanced materials known as metamaterials, which possess distinctive characteristics that allow them to interact with electromagnetic waves in a manner that traditional materials simply cannot achieve. This unique property enables the X-44 Manta to evade radar across a wide range of frequencies, pushing the boundaries of what we understand about stealth technology. The significance of this technology extends well beyond making an aircraft invisible. History has shown us notable successes in stealth designs, such as the F-117 Nighthawk and the B-2 Spirit bombers, both masterfully executed missions without attracting a moment of attention, all thanks to their radar-absorbing structures. Now, consider the tactical advantages. If an enemy is unable to detect an incoming threat, they're left in a state of chaos and panic. This lack of preparedness could mean the difference between securing a successful mission or facing overwhelming defeat. High-stakes missions heighten this necessity for precision and timing. Think about it. The psychological warfare factor at play when facing an invisible opponent cannot be overlooked. The adversaries grappling with the uncertainty of an unseen threat are likely to be filled with anxiety and dread regarding their defenses. This elevated state of tension can lead to mistakes or rash decisions, opportunities that stealth-equipped forces are more than ready to exploit. But wait, there's more to the story. The X-44 Manta isn't just a master of invisibility, it brings a lethal arsenal to the battle, ensuring it remains a force to be reckoned with. The aircraft carries advanced weaponry, amplifying its stealth powers and turning it into a highly effective offensive machine. Just imagine the hypersonic missiles mounted on the X-44 Manta. These impressive munitions can soar at speeds that surpass 2,850 miles per hour. That's fast! Conventional air defense systems find it incredibly challenging to intercept such rapid projectiles, making them a nightmare for any enemy waiting for defensive measures. measures. And here's where the precision takes center stage. The accuracy that accompanies these hypersonic missiles is truly gratifying. Equipped with state-of-the-art guidance systems, these missiles can strike their targets within a mere 16 feet of their intended location. Now, let's put that into perspective against traditional cruise missiles, like the famous Tomahawk, which smartly cruise at approximately 550 miles per hour. The contrast in technologies is nothing short of revolutionary. The jaw-dropping speed of these hypersonic weapons drastically reduces the reaction time available for enemy defense systems, complicating their interception efforts to an extreme degree. The X-44 Manta goes beyond merely carrying hypersonic missiles. It also features precision-guided munitions capable of accurate deployment, even while hurtling through the skies at breakneck speeds. These advanced bombs incorporate cutting-edge GPS navigation systems, complementing laser targeting technology, ensuring remarkable accuracy with every release. Just picture the strategic opportunities that arise from being able to engage targets in densely populated urban environments or extensive fortified positions while dramatically reducing collateral damage to nearby structures. This capability has already demonstrated its immense value during recent conflicts, particularly in Iraq and Afghanistan, where precision strike munitions were essential in targeting insurgent positions without inadvertently impacting civilian infrastructure. The Phantom in the skies. The X-44 Manta is a game changer in the world of military aviation. From its revolutionary design to its unparalleled performance, this aircraft is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the skies. The design vision behind the X-44 was to create a tailless aircraft, a bold move that would drastically reduce its radar visibility while also boosting its aerodynamic efficiency. Imagine a super sleek flying machine that not only stays hidden, but also performs like a dream. This wasn't just about blending in, it was about redefining the limits of speed and maneuverability. The lack of a tail is the secret to the X-44's impressive stealth capabilities. Traditional aircraft designs create numerous surfaces that can be easily detected by enemy radar. In contrast, the X-44's sleek and streamlined shape allows it to navigate dangerous airspaces with a much lower chance of being intercepted. Military experts have estimated that this reduction in radar visibility can slash detection ranges by up to 50%. Picture the X-44 slipping quietly into hostile territory, virtually invisible to its adversaries, a game-changing advantage in modern warfare. But the tailless configuration doesn't just enhance stealth, it also significantly improves the aircraft's maneuverability. This design allows the X-44 to achieve better aerodynamic efficiency and enhance lift-to-drag ratios. The result? Exceptional agility in flight, especially at high speeds and altitudes. This agility is crucial during combat scenarios, where evasive maneuvers can mean the difference between life and death. Imagine the X-44 effortlessly dodging incoming fire, providing its pilots with a significant tactical edge over their opponents. And let's talk about performance. This beast is no slouch. The X-44 can accelerate to Mach 1, that's around 767 miles per hour, in just about 10 seconds or even less. That's a new record for fighter jets, giving the X-44 a clear tactical advantage over slower competitors. But that's not all. This aircraft can reach a mind-boggling top speed of 1,740 miles per hour, or Mach 2.24. Imagine the X-44 leaving most conventional fighter jets in the dust as it easily outpaces and evades potential threats. But the X-44's capabilities don't stop there. This aerial marvel can soar up to an impressive 68,900 feet, which is significantly higher than the operating ceiling of many other fighter jets, like the F-16, Fighting Falcon, which typically flies at around 50,000 feet. This high-altitude proficiency allows the X-44 to conduct reconnaissance missions while minimizing risks from ground-based threats and enjoying a broader field of view. The stealth arms race. Let's take a moment to reflect on the current military landscape as detailed in a report from the US Department of Defense in 2020. It reveals a stark reality. Adversaries are catching up in the stealth tech race. They are actively developing counter-stealth capabilities, deploying advanced radar systems specifically designed to detect low observable aircraft. This is where the X-44 Manta steps in with its extraordinary prowess to fly undetected. This capability complicates the tactics of enemies equipped with countermeasures, leading military strategists to rethink their approaches to combat scenarios. Remember the Gulf War? Stealth aircraft like the iconic F-117 Nighthawk made history with their effectiveness. But as time went on, we saw that the limitations of these warbirds became apparent as adversaries adapted. Picture this. The X-44 has the potential to negate these emerging threats entirely, granting commanders unprecedented operational freedom in hostile territories. As we delve deeper into the evolutionary path of military aviation, it becomes abundantly clear that the technologies showcased by the X-44 Manta push military leaders to expand their understanding of what defines a competitive military force. It's worth noting that stealth is no longer a standalone feature. Rather, it now synergizes with speed, agility, and cutting-edge weaponry to create an unparalleled combination of capabilities. Now let's talk about the intricate and often tumultuous relationship between the United States and Iran that has been shaped by a myriad of events and factors since the mid-20th century. Since that time, this relationship has profoundly influenced not only bilateral interactions, but also broader regional dynamics across the Middle East. There are key historical milestones that stand out as particularly pivotal in this fraught relationship, each contributing to the ongoing tensions that can still be felt today. Let's break it down. US-Iran relations. Let's rewind to the 1953 coup, a significant turning point in the narrative of US-Iran relations. This event marked the moment when the United States, seeking to curb the growing influence of communism in the region, orchestrated the overthrow of Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. The implications of that coup were profound, giving rise to a profound sense of betrayal among many Iranians who viewed the American intervention as a blatant disregard for their sovereignty. The years that followed were characterized by a deep-seated resentment towards the United States, a sentiment that would only grow stronger over the decades, playing into the narrative of historical grievances that Iran continues to wield as part of its national identity. Fast forward to 1979, and we encounter another seismic shift, the Iranian Revolution. This uprising led to the overthrow of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a monarch whose regime had been propped up by US support. The revolution birthed an Islamic republic that viewed the US as not just a rival, but as a direct adversary. The seismic shift left a lasting imprint on the geopolitical landscape. It fueled anti-American sentiments and positioned Iran firmly against US influence, effectively redefining alliances and enmities in the region. The hostage crisis that followed, where 52 American diplomats and citizens were held for 444 days, further solidified this adversarial relationship and became a defining moment in US history as well, casting a long shadow of mistrust on American-Iranian relations that persists today. The ongoing tensions between these two nations are not merely artifacts of the past, they are fed by a host of contemporary issues, each adding layers to an already complex relationship. One of the most prominent issues fueling animosity is the question of nuclear proliferation. Iran's pursuit of nuclear technology has been a source of constant contention, provoking fears not only within the US but also from its allies in the region. The fear of a nuclear-capable Iran is often framed in terms of security threats to US interests and to the stability of neighboring countries. Moreover, Iran's support for various proxy groups throughout the region, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militias in Iraq and Syria, further complicates the situation. The intertwining of these factors, nuclear ambitions, regional proxy warfare, and historical grievances, creates an environment where mutual suspicion and hostility flourish. Now let's talk about how it is going to impact Iran. X-44 in modern warfare. The X-44, with its advanced stealth capabilities, presents a new paradigm in deterrent strategy. Imagine a scenario where the mere presence of such technology serves as a formidable deterrent against any Iranian aggression. The stealth capabilities inherent in the X-44 could indeed shift the balance of power within the region, instilling a sense of caution among Iranian military planners who must now reckon with an adversary equipped with such high-tech resources. However, beyond just deterrence, the X-44 Manta introduces another layer of complexity, its potential preemptive strike capabilities. This aircraft is not merely a show of might. Equipped with hypersonic weapons and precision targeting systems, it could facilitate preemptive strikes against critical Iranian military facilities. Imagine how this would shift the strategic calculus within the Iranian leadership. The ability to neutralize threats before they materialize is a game changer, and it raises legitimate concerns about escalations in military engagements. The notion of living under the constant threat of a surgical strike would undoubtedly evoke a certain level of paralysis within Iranian strategic thinking, forcing their leaders to rethink their postures and potential responses. And let's not overlook the psychological aspect of the X-44's introduction into the conflict zone. The mere existence of such advanced technology could serve as a tool of psychological warfare. Just think about it. How would the Iranian leadership react upon learning of the stealth capabilities and targeting precision of their adversaries? The fear instilled by such advancements could reshape their military strategies and political decisions, nudging them toward more conciliatory policies or conversely inciting irrationality born from desperation. Future conflict. As tensions simmer and seem ready to boil over, developments like the X-44 are more than just tech updates. They could radically shift the game. Imagine this: Iran, feeling the pressure, might ramp up its own military capabilities like a contestant on a reality show trying to outshine everyone else. This isn't just a possibility, it's a likely scenario that's already playing out. The stakes are high in this arms race, especially in the realm of stealth technology, where whoever holds the edge could dictate the future. But that's not all. Enhanced US air power doesn't just sit there looking pretty, it sends shockwaves through the region. Picture this: allies of the United States suddenly feel a surge of confidence, encouraged to flex their muscles as they receive backing from a more powerful Air Force. Meanwhile, Iran isn't going to sit idly by. They'll likely double down and boost their support for proxy groups in response. After all, if you can't outgun them, you might as well outsmart them. And what about the diplomatic ties dangling by thread? The introduction of advanced military assets complicates things significantly. We're talking about a tangled web of diplomatic maneuvers that could easily fall apart as both sides dig in their heels. The potential for misunderstandings increases, and suddenly, a conversation meant to de-escalate could spiral into a heated confrontation. It's a delicate dance, and one misstep could lead to a disaster no one wants to witness. But that's the only thing that the X-44 Manta is changing. Let me explain. Commercial aviation, the excitement surrounding the advancements brought about by the X-44 Manta project is creating quite a buzz in the aviation industry, and for good reason. This remarkable aircraft isn't solely focused on military might, it's setting the stage for a brand new era of supersonic commercial jets, transforming not just how we travel, but how we perceive air travel altogether. The X-44 Manta comes with a tailless design, and what does this mean for us? Simple. These advancements could easily be adapted for commercial aviation, leading to a new generation of airplanes that are not only blazing fast, but also significantly more fuel efficient, with forecasts predicting that air travel will see nearly 8.2 billion passengers by the year 2037. According to the International Air Transport Association, there's a pressing need for travel options that prioritize speed without compromising on safety or comfort. Imagine trying to make a journey from point A to point B, all without getting stuck in a traffic jam in the sky. However, venturing into the realm of supersonic travel isn't without its challenges. One of the biggest hurdles that these aircraft face is managing noise levels. Let's be honest, no one wants to be jolted by a thunderous boom overhead as an aircraft zips past. That's why any new designs need to pay close attention to noise regulations, which can often restrict operations and create a tough environment for launching new supersonic services. But hold on to your hats. The groundbreaking technologies derived from military projects like the X-44 could bridge this noise gap, potentially reducing or even eliminating the sonic boom. This means it might become acceptable for supersonic jets to fly over populated areas. Now that's a true game changer for commercial viability. A shining example of this exciting shift is the upcoming Boom Supersonic Overture. This next generation jet is gearing up for its maiden flight in the mid-2020s and plans to soar at a staggering speed of Mach 1.7, which translates to roughly 1,304 miles per hour. But what really sets Overture apart is its commitment to sustainability while accommodating up to 88 passengers. Overture is leaning into the use of sustainable aviation fuel, perfectly aligning with the aviation sector's growing commitment to environmental responsibility. Finally, a positive step forward. So why isn't Overture in the skies already? Modern supersonic aircraft are still entangled in the web of stringent noise regulations enforced by aviation authorities worldwide. For instance, the Federal Aviation Administration has established rigorous limits on allowable noise levels during crucial phases such as takeoff and landing. This creates considerable insurmountable hurdles for any aircraft striving to operate over land routes. However, the solutions inspired by stealth technologies from military aircraft can pave the way for taming the sonic boom, which could open new pathways for supersonic travel to become commonplace, even in bustling urban areas. This could spell a major resurgence for commercial airlines keen on reclaiming their once sky-high market. Now let's talk about how the Manta X-44 stands against competition. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor isn't just any fighter aircraft. It's a 5th generation stealth marvel that has turned heads and set new standards in aerial warfare. With an exhilarating blend of speed, nimbleness, and cutting-edge tech, it's designed primarily for air dominance. Imagine soaring through the skies at supersonic speeds without a hint of afterburners, thanks to its Super Cruise feature that highlights just one of its many stealth capabilities. The advanced avionics on board grant the pilot an unparalleled situational awareness, making it feel like they're always one step ahead. Dive deeper into its design and you'll find an airframe delicately sculpted for radar evasion, making it a ghost among jets. The thrust vectoring nozzles, they aren't just for show. They turbocharge its maneuverability to levels that leave adversaries awestruck. And let's not ignore the sensor suite. It's like having a sixth sense in the cockpit. Pilots can spot and engage threats even before those foes know they're in danger. The F-22 has flexed its muscles in various training exercises, boasting a jaw-dropping kill ratio against opposing aircraft, proving it's a beast in both air-to-air and air-to-ground conflicts. But hold up, when you line up the F-22 Raptor against the X-44 Manta, the battlefield dynamics shift dramatically. The X-44 isn't just playing catch-up, it's an evolutionary step ahead in multiple striking ways. Its tailless design isn't merely a cosmetic choice, it significantly enhances its stealth profile, slashing radar visibility and boosting aerodynamic efficiency. Where the F-22, for all its might, still leans on traditional control surfaces, the X-44's groundbreaking setup hints at unmatched agility and maneuver capability that could change the game in aerial combat. What about payload? Here's where the Manta takes a victory lap. It's engineered to carry a heftier payload without sacrificing its stealth attributes, which means it can tackle a broader spectrum of targets with deadly efficiency. Imagine an aircraft that adapts to any battlefield requirement, all while keeping its stealth charm intact. With ongoing advancements in technology and a fresh design philosophy focused on stealth and adaptability, the X-44 positions itself not just as another fighter aircraft, but as a next-generation superstar poised to redefine what we know about air combat. The F-22 might be legendary, but the X-44 beckons a new era, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the skies. Russian Su-57 Felon. The Sukhoi Su-57 Felon isn't just another fighter jet, it's a bold statement in the world of military aviation, representing Russia's foray into 5th generation stealth technology. Officially stepping into service in 2020, this beast promises to wear many hats, from securing air superiority to executing ground attacks with precision. But let's dig deeper. With features boasting advanced technologies like super maneuverability and super cruise capabilities, it's clear this bird is built for agility and speed, not to mention its sophisticated avionics system that aims to keep it one step ahead in the electronic battlefield. However, it's not all smooth flying for the Su-57. The road to production has been riddled with complications, causing delays that have left its operational fleet somewhat limited. And then there's the whispering concern surrounding its stealth capabilities. Critics have suggested that its radar cross-section may not hold up to the lofty standards set by true 5th generation fighters. Let's face it, when the Su-57 was touted as the next big thing, it set the expectations sky high. But the real-world scrutiny, especially during the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, reveals a different story. It's mostly been hanging back from frontline action, and that hesitation speaks volumes about its survivability against modern air defenses. Now enter the X-44 Manta, a competitor that raises the stakes significantly. The initial comparison might leave you surprised. The Manta isn't just catching up, it's blazing ahead in several critical areas. Its stealth capabilities are engineered to be undetectable across a broader spectrum of radar systems, which means it might literally fly under the enemy's radar, a severe advantage over the Su-57. But that's not all. The X-44 takes things up a notch with its hypersonic weaponry and precision targeting systems. What's more, while the Su-57 grapples with its production issues and deployment delays, the X-44 benefits from more efficient development processes and cutting-edge manufacturing techniques. This translates to greater reliability and, crucially, availability when it really counts. In the high-stakes environment of modern aerial warfare, these advantages could make all the difference. So when you stack the X-44 Manta against the Su-57 Phelan, it becomes glaringly obvious. The Manta isn't just another underdog, it's a formidable contender ready to redefine what air dominance means. In the grand scheme of aerial combat, when effectiveness and strategic impact come into play, the X-44 Manta clearly establishes itself as a more potent force compared to its Russian counterpart. So, as we move forward in this ever-evolving battlefield of the skies, one question lingers. Will the Su-57 rise to meet its rivals, or will it fade into obscurity as the Manta takes flight? Only time will tell, but for now, the scales seem to tip decisively in favor of the X-44.